Welcome back to Living 808. Well, when you think of luxury high-rises, you think amazing views and great amenities. And Aaliyah has that and so much more. Today, we sit down with two of the developers about the thoughtful approach to every little and big detail.
We've been talking all week long, and we'll continue to talk today about a high-rise tower going up in Kaka'ako called Aaliyah, and it's being done by the Kobayashi Group. And I'm really happy to be talking to Rich Erickson and Brendan Bradley. Thank you guys so much for having me down here at Ala Moana Center. Appreciate it.
Thanks so much. Yeah,
pleasure is ours.
Let's start with you, Rich. Let's talk a little bit about the Kobayashi Group and what makes this group a little bit different from, or maybe even more unique than, say, some of the other developers.
So the Kobayashi Group has been at it for quite a long time. There's no question they're the most respected developer in Hawaii. Alana Kobayashi and her husband Matt have lived in every one of their past projects. They intimately know these projects. So by living in these projects, Hokua, One Ala Moana, Capitol Place, Kukio Resort, and they live at Park Lane. By living there, they live and breathe and truly get a sense of what works, what doesn't work. How do we redesign a kitchen? How do we redesign this laundry room to make it more functional for the homeowner? That's important.
Yeah, absolutely. No, I would just echo that and say to start their family, Kama'aina family, born and raised here. We're talking about generation 3 in real estate in Hawaii. And through that experience, they have a track record that Rich just talked about that speaks for itself. And each has progressively gotten better. So we're excited to take that into Aaliyah with some really great design opportunities and sustainable opportunities.
I really like what I've been reading about it, and I know that the Kobayashi Group and you guys pay attention to detail, both big and small. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah. I think, from the largest details to the smallest, none is any less important than the last. So one thing that's really unique about our positioning here on Ala Moana Boulevard is we can position the tower to maintain some really excellent views, maximizing our views. But what that also translates to, and this again comes from a very local team, is the opportunities of things like trade winds. Optimizing shading across the building so that we can create a cooler interior by creating these extensive and deep lanais.
So for us, we think it's very important to deliver glass line and width in our units here. When people look at blueprints and when they're looking to purchase a home, look and see how wide is that living room or how wide is that kitchen and what's my experience going to be like. The Kobayashi Group feels that it's important to really kind of deliver that glass line look for our homeowners. We want you to walk in the unit, look out the window, have a great view, look at the ocean, look up at the mountains, look up Ewa, look at towards the bay, and really enjoy your experience in that unit.
You guys have put a lot of attention to detail inside the units. Let's talk real quick about outside the units, in the common areas, and I know that one of the focuses is nature. Tell me about that.
Yeah, well, one thing that was really important from especially Park Lane, Kukio in the past, heavy landscaping. That offers this comfortable nature that we're looking for. Experiencing nature in a condo that's primarily concrete and glass and metal, it's very hard. How do we soften that expression a bit more? But also amenities are not something that we want to just create as much as we can and say, hey, look at how much we have, but thinking about implementing each one that has the most amount of flexibility.
We want this to be a home for you to want to come home to, not have to go home to. So we have this great lawn upstairs, right? We have nearly 2 acres of open space on property. So this great lawn upstairs is going to be over the top. This is going to be a fun place for you and your family to go out, throw the football as hard as you can and still be on the grass, play frisbee, or just relax and have a picnic. So it's going to be a special place.
Yeah, because you do want, with the common areas, you want everybody to kind of get to know each other and really serve as a community of its own.
Yeah.
No question. Now you're going to walk into the lobby, the main lobby, for instance. It's super inviting, very comfortable. The seating's beautiful. It's been designed absolutely beautiful. But you walk in, there's a coffee bar to the left, and you're going to want to spend time there. Bring your laptop, grab a cup of coffee, relax, do a little bit of work, but also meet and greet and chat with neighbors as well.
How does Aaliyah's commitment to sustainability kind of grow the community in that aspect too?
In my experience in condos and development here in Hawaii, it's really hard to know what to ask for and what to look for until it's been done. So implementing these sustainable features sometimes aren't the most cost-effective decisions right now. That long-term benefit is coming 40, 50 years down the road. We see that value coming back to our owners. When this project is done and people start to see that implementing into their lifestyle, they're going to know to ask for it more. we're going to see this implemented to other projects like Kuile Place, which is going to come up in Moilili. Same by Kobayashi Group. They're learning about opportunities for sustainable efforts here at Aaliyah and taking it to the next project so that we can see more and more of it in development across Hawaii.
I really appreciate your guys' time. Thank you so much. If somebody out there in Living 808 TV land wants to know a little bit more about Aaliyah or really get involved, how do they do that?
Yeah, great question. I think you just come and visit us here. Yeah, we're here at Ala Moana Center. We're on level 3. Closest way to get to us is park on the Mauka Eva corner on the 4th level. Walk straight over the bridge. We're right here.
Right across from T-Mobile. Guys, thank
Right
you so
behind
much.
Zara.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
We've talked about how they're reusing the water, the advancements in the cement they use, all the things that they've got going on there. It's just, I love the attention to detail. I like the little intricacies of some of the things that they're doing, and it's just really, really neat.
Yeah, I mean, when you talk about well thought out, there was no stone left unturned.
Yeah.
And that's very apparent, and it looks amazing. I'm so excited to see it.
Yeah, and if you guys want to see it too, you can always go to the 3rd floor at Ala Moana Center. The Aaliyah
The showroom.
The showroom is on the 3rd floor across from T-Mobile. So right around the elevator.
Yeah, and in that new Eva wing, so it's beautiful as well when you check out the showroom too. And they have, you know, a lot of the different features. You can kind of see what it's going to be looking like, a little bit of the material as well that's going to be there. So
Absolutely, yeah.
awesome.